I'm Josh from Vacuums R Us, and I want to talk about an opportunity I had this summer to tour Riccar's facilities in Missouri. We got to see every aspect of Riccar's facilities, from manufacturing to research and development to quality assurance. The quality assurance department was really something. It was a bit of a fever dream. I don't even know where to start. It was like Frankenstein's laboratory. But it explained to me, it made it make sense why their machines are as durable and reliable as they are. These people are maniacs when it comes to testing this stuff. So we got to see all kinds of stress testing. They have areas where when they're researching potential new motors to use in their machines, they strap those motors in and they set a timer on them. They put them under strain. They let them run for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. They also test competitors' motors. They'll buy competitors' machines, pull those motors out, and compare how long is our motor going to run against the XYZ competitor, right? Another area that we got to see, Riccar has moved into cordless vacuum cleaners, both in their ultralight R10 CV series, and they also manufacture simplicity vacuums. And a big issue with these battery-powered machines these days, you see it all the time, is the quality of the batteries. And this is where we got into Frankenstein's laboratory, because where they have these battery tests, they got them all lined up, and they've got light bulbs all over the place, and they're all hooked up to these light bulbs, and that's part of the testing mechanism. Is they put the batteries on there and they let them drain out on the light. Absolute Frankenstein's laboratory. It was the coolest thing. So one really cool feature of Riccar's quality assurance department is they have a fireproof room where they do a lot of their testing that's longer term testing, right? So it runs overnight and for days. And they have to have that, batteries is one thing, right? Sometimes batteries catch on fire, right? We recently actually saw a major recall among a competitor where their batteries were catching on fire and were the cause of home fires, and they had to do a recall. So they do some of their testing in there, some of their live testing. It's really cool. They have this machine that pushes a vacuum back and forth across carpet for hours upon hours. So like real life stress testing to look at, what's going to happen after this concept that we have, right? We have this concept machine. What's going to happen after it runs 300 hours? I got to see a baby vacuum get born. So a lot of Riccar's housings are actually molded right there in their factory. And we got to see the little plastic, like the raw plastic, and how it goes into the machine. A lot of their higher stress points, their housings are made there, and they're made there for a reason. To ensure that level of quality, it's good to have somebody's eyes on it right there in Missouri as it's being manufactured. So part of quality is improvement. And fixing things and making them better as you go along. Speaking specifically to one of their most popular product lines, the tandem air, the dual motor machines. They have been making those for decades, and we've seen numerous revisions. When you start making a product, you don't know necessarily, no matter how much testing you do, that XYZ component is going to fail in 12 years, right? And so what we see is these incremental improvements that take place in their product lines as their product lines mature. We got to see that. There's a room right next to the testing area, and we got to see all kinds of these little handmade contraptions that they had stress testing different circuit boards and clutch systems that are inside some of the brush rollers. It was interesting because there's a lot of components that I, as a technician, I was familiar with these components as high stress, high wear products. It was interesting to see these nerds, and these guys are vacuum nerds, in the process of making these specific little weird testing devices to stress those components even more, so that they could improve and they could test the improvements before they brought it to production. And this, I knew they were good machines. They've got this reputation, a well-deserved reputation for durability and reliability. Seeing all the work and all the creativity that goes into it filled out a piece of the puzzle for me. The QA facility also does some of their testing for performance testing, right? Seen this where you throw a bunch of dirt down and then you pick it up and measure how much it picked up. We also got to see how they do some of their filtration testing, which is super important, right? It doesn't matter how much dirt it picked up if it spit it back into the air. So we got to see a lot of the air quality monitors that they'll place around the units as they're using the units and as they're having the test machines push the unit back and forth, testing whether the machine is actually making the air dirty while it's cleaning the carpet. So during the assembly process, we also got to see the multiple checkpoints that the machines go through during manufacturing. Several steps will be taken to assemble the product, and then they'll stop at a quality assurance station. And the machines aren't just, it's not just that every single one of Riccar's vacuum cleaners are tested before they leave the factory. They're tested at multiple stages all the way down the assembly line. Every single aspect of the machine's functionality is tested until it gets to its final test, where someone does a final complete test and verifies full functionality of the entire unit as a whole. I don't know if that happens in other brands, to be honest, based on the number of products that I've seen come out of box with defects. I've always felt confident selling Riccar's products to people. One of my taglines has been, yeah, I get it, it's an investment today, but in 10 years, you're going to thank me and you're going to be happy about it. And I've now been in the industry today 12 years. And so I'm now getting to talk to people who 10 years ago bought a Riccar vacuum from me. My confidence, though, now, after seeing the amount of work that goes into verifying the design is stable and durable, and then testing every aspect of the machine all down the assembly line, my confidence in the product is that much greater now. I not only have my personal experience working with the machines here with customers and in the field, but I get to see what they're actually doing every day to ensure that the products that deliver to our stores live up to the reputation that I'm presenting to my customers. And it was just it was a fulfilling experience for me. And I'll wrap up with this, if someday somebody at the Riccar factory, the facilities there happens to see this video, I really want to thank everybody who worked with us and who showed us how their job works. Every day, took the time out, those couple days that we were there. It really meant a lot. I know that everyone there is passionate about what they do and they work very hard, and I do too. And I appreciate showing me that there's another side to this business, and that I'm really working with a team out there in Missouri. And I just really want to thank you for the work that you all do out there.